And now, please welcome your hosts of Operator Day, Marty Danes and Chad Cremines.
Wow. Welcome. Love seeing all the people in the grandstands today. Hey, what a great way to finish out our week here at CONEXPO 2023 and CAT Operator Stadium. My name is Marty Danes. I'm the facility manager down at Tanaha Hills Demonstration and Learning Center, located in Tucson, Arizona. It's the end of the week. We've decided to change things up a little bit. So put your hands together, please, for Operator Day at Operator Stadium. Yep, that's right, folks. We're putting the focus back on the people that matter most, the operators. Whether it's our guys down here in the dirt, the operators sitting in the grandstands today, or the operators tuning in online from around the world, they're what make Caterpillar so great. But before we get started with the demo, I want to take you through a couple important safety messages. So please pay attention to all the safety criteria that we're putting up on the big screens as it may pertain to you. For those who need hearing protection, we have earplug dispensers located at each one of the grandstands located around Operator Stadium, so please take advantage of those. For the folks standing around the barriers at Operator Stadium, let me advise you, the equipment that during the demo is going to be running at operating speeds fairly close to those barriers, so please do not lean on, stand on, or sit on those barriers while the equipment is running. We want to make sure you all walk out of here same way you walked in today, okay? Last but not least, if a safety concern should come up during the demo, please look for one of the CAT representatives in a black CAT jacket, a black and gray polo, or look for one of the security personnel walking around Operator Stadium, and they'll be able to help you out with any concerns that you may have. Well, folks, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing my co-host, colleague, and partner in crime, Mr. Chad Cremines. And for those of you who do not know Chad, he's the facility manager down at Caterpillar's Edwards Demonstration and Learning Center located in Edwards, Illinois. And together, he and I both run a lot of Caterpillar's educational initiatives, such as these demos that you're about to see today. One of the cool things about Chad and I is that we have very similar backgrounds. We both started operating heavy equipment. Chad in the construction industry out in Illinois, myself in the construction and mining industry down in Arizona. We both started our marketing careers at Caterpillar, working at each of the facilities, the Edwards and Tanaha Hills facilities. We then made our way through Caterpillar, working in various roles throughout the company, and we've had the great opportunity to make our way back to both of these facilities and now manage them. Talk a little bit about the Global Demonstration and Learning Centers. We have 3 around the world. We have the Edwards facility in Illinois, Tanaha Hills in Arizona, and we have one over in Malaga, Spain. And each of these facilities provide the same types of services to our dealers and our customers around the world. So Chad, without further ado, buddy, I'm going to hand it over to you, bud.
Man, Danes, I didn't think you were ever going to stop. Gee whiz, buddy. I know this beautiful sunshiny day has got me fired up as well. And seeing all these wonderful customers and folks here is an absolute pleasure. You know, Marty, I think back to when I was 19 years old and I started running heavy equipment. I never in a million years thought I'd be talking to all these customers like we are right here. This is literally our Super Bowl. I tell you, it's amazing. And the best part about this is everyone you're going to see out here today, folks, they're literally operators just like everybody else, man. They literally came from here, and 2 of them actually watched this show in 2020. And now they work for CAT, and they're demo operators traveling the world and training people how to run equipment to the best of their ability, demonstrating CAT equipment like you're going to see today. And then also doing crazy and insane marketing endeavors that we get tapped on the shoulder to do. It's an amazing job, and I think, Marty, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty blessed to have this job, my friend.
You and I both, you know, the cool thing about both of us, Chad, is we both manage some of the largest sandboxes in the U.S., right? Yes, having the honor and privilege to work with the guys that are about to show their skills out. But, you know, these folks in the stands are in good hands with both of us and the guys in the dirt. What are we going to see up first, pal?
Well, I tell you what, my friend, we're going to put on a little technology demo. We get the guys out here, and we'll get going on this thing. So I know the guys were back there. They're having their stand-up safety meeting, trying to get the morning started off right, which I greatly appreciate. And Mr. Hood, so I see you over there, buddy. I don't know what the heck you're doing, but...
Well, Chad, we're finishing up our safety, and we got a few kids out here we like to hand stuff out to, so.
That's cool.
But yeah, definitely something we don't do this every day, operate this close to this many people, so we just wanted to cover a few safety items back there in the back. Make sure we're all on the same page. Definitely have to bring our A game today.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the safety, and I appreciate the A game, my friend. So, you know, hey, as I was rolling up here in my Ford Ranger, I rolled the plans out on the hood, and it looks like you guys got your work cut out for you today. A lot of elevation changes, a lot of curvatures.
Third shift kind of left it a mess for us, Chad. We'll blame it on third shift.
I know, third shift. It's probably those guys in that off-colored yellow machines, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're always cleaning up their mess. So, hey, anyway, looking at those plans, you got a ton of work. Let me go get my transit, my plumb bob, and I can help you lay this site out. We'll get this thing going, all right?
Let me save you some back work, Chad. And I know you like to work and you like to help us out, but I don't think all the fine folks came out here to see us stake out a job site. So that stuff's good when we need it, but that's the benefit of having this technology on these machines is we have all that information real time at our fingertips on our display in our machine.
Well, all right, I'm intrigued. So how do we get that stuff in the machine? Alex, I know you're kind of the whiz bang on that stuff. Help me understand how that takes place.
Yeah, Chad, I'd love to. So the cool thing about CAT technology, what we did was, before any of this stuff was here, before any of these buildings were here, any of this dirt was here, we surveyed this site. So we flew it with our drone, we got all of our original ground data. Then we got together as a team, we said, hey, what can we build to show off this technology, right? We want to build something that looks kind of cool. Everybody had some input, we came up with the design that we want to build, and that actually gave us the quantity of dirt we need, right? So we hauled exactly the amount of dirt we need in here. And then the really cool thing about using CAT technology is with the one click of a button on my computer using CAT Vision Link Productivity, I can send that design to each one of these machines on site. I don't even have to leave my cushy office.
Wow, you got a cushy office. That's pretty nice. Mine kind of sucks, I'll be honest with you. So, okay, that all sounds great. I'm intrigued, you know, whatever. I mean, I got AM and FM in my Ford Ranger, so I'm pretty up on, like, technology. But what about the folks that aren't? Like, my town, we got a stop sign, no stoplight, but we do get a real nice gas station. But I guarantee you my contractors in that neck of the woods, they don't have that ability. They probably don't have a drone, let alone a third-party entity to help put that into a design for them. What's a guy like that do?
Well, that's a really good question, and I think a lot of people, especially the smaller contractors, they're asking themselves that same question, right? How the heck can I use this technology to help me? Cool thing about CAT technology, especially CAT grade, is we have what we call in-field design technology. So we can roll up on site, whether it's with an excavator, a dozer, even a compact track loader, and we can make designs right from the seat of the machine. So whether we need to make a flat pad, we need to make a sloping design, even a complex road section, you can do that without even leaving the seat of your machine. So if you have one machine, 100 machines, a Ford Ranger with a landscape rake and a come along in the back, you can use CAT technology to help your bottom line.
All right, buddy. Well, I'm definitely intrigued now. So it sounds like we got technologies for just about any size, Marty. I think we're about ready to knock this thing out, friend.
I don't know, Chad. I was pretty impressed with the recruiting technique the guys were using, going around talking to the young folks here, giving them some stickers, getting them interested in Caterpillar, right?
Got to start them young.
Absolutely, just like we did. And you know what, folks? I keep hearing Chad talk about the technologies. I love hearing Alex and John Hood talk about those. So, Chad, what kind of technologies are we going to see today?
We're going to see all of it, buddy. We are absolutely going to see all of it. We're going to see CAT grade control, CAT payload, CAT assist, and some telematics as well, so like Vision Link and Vision Link productivity, and we're going to dive into all of those things. But before we get into that, let's look at the three-dimensional design that Alex put together, and this is what the gentlemen are going to build today. So, I mean, you see how the landscape looks now, and in about 30 minutes, it's going to look just like that three-dimensional design up there on the screen, my friend.
That's pretty incredible. Alex, I see out there on that 317. Tell us a little bit about the stuff you got going on in that machine, Val.
Yeah, I'd love to, Marty. So cool thing about this 317, it's one of our next generation excavators, right? So It's packed full of technology straight from the factory, standard technology. But one of the cool ones that we launched this past year is called Payload for Grapple. So I think everybody's pretty familiar with the payload system on a next-gen excavator. I can weigh every single bucket of material that I take, which is really important. But now I can actually weigh material with this sorting grapple. So if I'm a demolition contractor, I'm ripping down buildings, I'm loading them into roll-off dumpsters, I want to know that that truck is going down the road legal. And now I have that capability with this Payload for Grapples, Marty. So it's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome, Alex. And Will, I know you were one of the ones sitting out here in 2020 watching this demo go on, and now you're about to do something for the folks in the crowd. What do you got going?
Well, I gotta go pick up this pipe, Marty. So, one other way to go across the cool way. I got dual mode controls, which allow me to use the other side of the implement without turning around. So as you can see, I'm folding up my backhoe while I'm still facing forward.
Marty, I get so tired of this. You know, you get Jessica up in the stands, and what to do, it just shows off, you know?
Yeah, just got to show it all off.
I know, but speaking of showing off, the backhoe loader group down in North Carolina, they've been showing off that power shift transmission for years. It's a tried and true system. But also inside that cab, we've got a new LCD screen, touch screen. It works out really nice. We talked about having a nice office. Cat works really hard to make sure that our customers have a nice office every single day when they're in those yellow pieces of equipment. It's a really, really nice situation. But hey, Marty, let's chat about that wheel loader, buddy. What do you think?
You know, Chad, that 420 XE, I see the XE on it. I look out here, I see our good buddy, Mr. Curtis Nixon, otherwise known as Root Ball, you know, from the South. Root Ball, tell us a little bit about that 982 XE.
Yeah, Marty, how you doing today?
Good, buddy, good.
Good.
You're looking fancy in that machine.
Oh, this is a nice machine. I want to start off with the CVT transmission. I got a couple things to talk about. One of the most important is the CVT transmission. It's helping me out, giving me lower fuel or higher fuel efficiency, and it's helping me with 30 virtual gears, Marty. So the way that the job site's set up, depending on the way the job site's set up, depending on what I have to do, I can set my gears to whatever I need to keep my performance up, my production up. The other thing that I want to talk about that's probably the best part about this wheel loader is going to be the payload. As Steve comes in here, I'm using payload. It has a low-level weigh. It comes standard. Then we have what's called advanced payload. With the advanced payload system, it has tip-off assist. So with tip-off assist, I can go to that last pass. I can use the tip-off assist. That way I'm not sending the truck down the road light, or I'm not having the truck go across the scales and then having the truck come back to get reloaded.
You know what, Marty? Caterpillar understands our customers are out there doing a lot of crazy stuff with these pieces of equipment, and we know that they need a lot of choices in regards to the equipment to get the job done. Our medium wheel loader group has kind of taken even a step farther, to be quite honest with you. You can be looking at one size class of a medium wheel loader, and you can get it in 3 different platforms: a GC platform, or like a standard platform, if you will, or the traditional performance model, which is everybody knows and loves. And then you get the sweet XE, like Mr. Rootball's in right now. That is the absolute premium performance model, and it's got all those smart technologies and assist features that Rootball was kind of chatting about earlier, bud.
So we're currently looking at the premium package. What else does it have in there?
What doesn't it have? I mean, that thing's got a backup camera. It's got all kinds of safety features. It works out absolutely beautiful. We talked about payload. Another nice thing is you can also get payload on that 730. So Marty, CAT technology, it's helping our customers not only be safer, but making sure that they're hitting their production numbers, and not only making sure they're hitting them, but they're telling them what those numbers are in a blink of an eye. And we're going to dive into that as we move along, my friend.
That's fantastic. Oh, sorry, good. I love you. I see Steve Pope sitting out there in that 730. Steve, we were talking about payload. Does that 730 also have payload?
Well, good morning, Marty. Yeah, you can actually get payload in these trucks also, Marty. One thing nice about these trucks, too, with this new cab design, it's easier for the operators to feel comfortable in this machine. Also, with CAT Detect, It also lets the operator know if something's wrong with the machine, if they're going around employees or they're close to people walking around them. Also, it's got stability assist. Stability assist lets me know if I'm on you guys watched earlier, I go over all these bumps and moguls. If I'm on a slope that's not designed for this truck, it's going to give me a warning inside the cab and an alarm and let me know that I should not be dumping. And these are great machines.
Absolutely, Marty. And you know what else? So, Steve talked about that safety. So that improved visibility out of the cab is also a beautiful safety item. Again, making sure that everybody's safe and sound and hitting their production numbers. Integration is key with Caterpillar. And I think Cat takes it farther than almost anyone else. So they even go as far as to integrate the genuine Cat parts to make sure that it always matches the component. It's built with the same rigor, the highest level of durability and quality, but obviously hitting the same testing techniques and processes that our machines go through. It works out real good, bud.
Absolutely. Mr. John Hood, I remember watching down at Tucson, watching you in 2020 here at ConExpo, introducing that D6XE, and here you are on a D6XE again. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely, Marty. Yeah, it's definitely a pleasure to get out here at ConExpo and show off these Cat machines in front of all these fine folks. And again, we appreciate everybody coming out. This definitely makes our job, pretty exciting and pretty fun. So thank you everybody that's in the stands. But let's talk about this XE, Marty. So first, high drive electric dozer. So what this electric drive dozer does, it gives us a kind of a different platform on how we can run these machines. So now we have our 10th of a gear, like Curtis talked about a little bit with that CVT transmission. He has those 30 gears. Well, now we can also dial in those gears on this machine. So adjusting our speeds on this machine just to kind of fit our application, fit what we're doing just a little bit better. It makes it a lot easier to operate. I have a ground speed control pedal in my machine and the decel pedal. But again, especially on slowport, dialing those gears down to fit that application, again, it helps us be productive. So it also helps with our, and again, getting into this XE, Marty, this new platform, new design, the operator cab in this thing is like riding in a Cadillac, buddy.
That's fantastic. And another one of the operators that I remember watching, Mr. Brian Kane. Brian, you're sitting up here on top on that 335. Tell us a little bit about that machine and the payload it has.
Yeah, Marty, I'm on this next gen 335. So this machine, just like every other next gen that Caterpillar has, mainly we've got some standard features on here. So payload, we talked a little bit about that. I can do, what that does is that enables me to either select a target. I can scroll through with just my rollers and select 730. I know the proper payload on that so that I can see that real life. I can do tip off with that. The other thing is 2D grade. What that does for me as an operator is mainly I know where this bucket is at all times. So a little bit different than maybe 3D. There's no design. I can put that into this machine if I would like Alec talked about with 2D advanced. I can pick the bucket where I want, draw myself a simple infield design. Then when I move, I have to do a little bit of bench work, you might say. But then when it comes to this full 3D technology on this machine, all that combined, right? It's just kind of a add-on working up to all 3D so that I can see exactly what this design is. Just like John talked about, he's working on that design, so is Alex and everybody else around here.
The best thing about all of that stuff that Brian just chatted about, that's standard features on the next gen excavator. And one thing I love about that 335, I'm a huge fan of compact radius machines, but that sucker's a pretty big unit. It's 80,000 pounds. It's the biggest compact radius machine that Caterpillar builds. And it sits on a massive undercarriage. It's almost the same size as a 340 size undercarriage. It works out real good in the field, gives him a lot more lifting capabilities. It's a beautiful machine. Stability is there. It works out absolutely great. Caterpillar recognizes, and specifically the excavator division, they recognize that our customers demand the most at all times. They've come up with an idea, Caterpillar's annual product update. So no more are you gonna see a 335C or a 335D, you're just gonna see a 335. When you buy that machine off the showroom floor, you are guaranteed it's got all the latest and greatest widgets and gadgets, Marty. It's an awesome system.
widgets, gadgets, annual product updates. I love it all, Chad. You know, you and I have both traveled around to a lot of different construction and mining sites around the world, and they take up a huge amount of real estate. Help our customers understand exactly how are those large projects accomplished? How do they move that much material?
Yeah, man, I tell you. So our customers, they've been moving dirt and material a long time. And sometimes they got to move it a really long distance. CAT does a great job of building systems, and one of our systems that we do is a load and haul product lineup. So you've seen the wheel loader loading a truck and the excavator loading a truck. But if you want to move material a long distance, there's no better opportunity than a wheel tractor scraper. I about guarantee you, all these folks here that drove in a car and took an interstate system on their way here, I bet that road was touched by a Caterpillar wheel tractor scraper at some point in time. In 2022, Caterpillar relaunched the 651 wheel tractor scraper. It's a massive unit. It's a behemoth, if you will, but it's no dummy. That thing is equally as smart as all these other machines that are out here. It has sequence assist, making it easier for the operator. Again, reducing operator fatigue, which increases safety and productivity. It's got load assist, it has payload, and it has cat grade, just like these machines as well. And you know what, Marty? Fun fact, 1948, CONEXPO, 75 years ago, Caterpillar introduced the DW21 wheel tractor scraper. We've been pushing dirt for a long time, my friend, and we don't see any stop in sight.
Speaking of pushing dirt, we're going to go back out here to Mr. Hood. John, I know you were talking about some cat grade and some other things like that. What else is cool features on that D6XE?
Yeah, just like all these other machines, Marty, one of the great features on this machine is slope assist. So what slope assist does, it gives you the ability to use automatics to maintain simple slopes with the blades. So whether it's main fall or cross slope, it's all sensors on the machine. So it is an option. It utilizes the same sensors that our 3D technology uses, but it gives that operator kind of that tool in the toolbox to help them stay on grade, help them to maintain those simple slopes. It's pretty hard to maintain a 2% slope just by the seat of your pants. So utilizing slope assist, it takes the guesswork out of the slope. So taking 10-15 minutes to train an operator on it, and then again, you're getting that productivity knowing that they're maintaining their slopes. You don't have to come back to do any rework. But again, this is all sensors on the machine for slope assist. There's no external reference when you're utilizing slope.
That's fantastic, John. And, you know, Chad, knowing that D6XE is an electric dozer out there, it's really cool to hear about how CAT's creating fuel-efficient machines. Tell us a little bit more about these types of innovations.
Yeah, I tell you, that XE, it's doing all those things. Sustainability is a big thing for Caterpillar, and we also understand our customers' bottom line is a big thing. That particular dozer right there, it's going to help save 35% when it comes to fuel efficiency. Also, it's got 25% lower operating costs in general. It's a really, really beautiful system. And again, let's go back to the old days. We've been doing this stuff a long time. That innovation isn't new. I mean, back in the old days, the common rail fuel system, when CAT introduced that with one of the first diesel engines in a track-type tractor, it revolutionized the industry, and we continue to do it today, Marty.
I love hearing about sustainability. How about some of the, these machines can run on different types of fuel, right?
Absolutely, yeah, we've got the ability. That particular machine, or actually all of them out here, we can run them on HVO, so hydro-treated vegetable oil. It works out really great. If you're in a situation where you need that, we can do it for sure.
That's fantastic. And, you know, I love hearing about technology on the machine, helping to improve fuel efficiency, but I'm sure we've got some sort of technology that can help our customers manage their fuel burn or fuel efficiency from afar.
Yeah, 100%. We've got VisionLink, and so VisionLink it's a great way to basically monitor your fleet from afar, and it helps out when it comes to your fleet's health. So you might see an issue coming down the pipe, and you can read that and understand that what's coming down the pipe, and VisionLink helps you monitor that fleet, and or you can even ask your local dealer to help you in that area as well. It's a really nice system. All these really intelligent machines are gathering data all the time. We might as well use it and let our customers use it, and that's what VisionLink does, and it's standard on every Cat product.
That's fantastic to hear. Love hearing about how VisionLink allows customers to monitor their machines remotely, but Caterpillar also has technology that allows operators to control their machines remotely. Folks, if you haven't been over here to our technology hub, please go visit the command team, the command systems. We have 3 different universal remote operator stations. You can actually operate machines either in North Carolina at our Clayton facility, down in Arizona at the Tanaha Hills facility. That command technology has been around for a long time, Chad.
It has, it certainly has. I tell you, we've been doing that stuff forever and a day. When it comes to autonomy and automation, you know, Caterpillar has over 560 trucks in the field right now moving material. They've traveled over 116 million miles, and they have moved 5.6 billion tons of material without one injury. It's an absolutely beautiful system, Marty. Works great. Go to the Technology Hub, talk to our friends about Command, check out that crazy technology. It works out great.
Absolutely. You know, Chad, I know how important power to weight ratio and traction, you know, those are really important to heavy equipment. Tell us about or Curtis, I see you on that 160 out there, buddy. Tell us about traction and how important that is to a motor grader operator.
So on this big tire machine, Marty, we got this 160 and it's equipped with all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive feature enables it has hydraulic motors on the front that's turning, giving me tractive effort. Help me if I have underfoot conditions, if I'm on slopes, doing slope work, all those things. Also what it's got too is gonna have a creep mode. When creep mode, it disengages the tandems and then it helps, just pulls me around on the front. So when you're in those cul-de-sac, those finishing type of works where you don't want to have, you know, those tandems pushing, and you just want those front tires pulling, you can enable in creep mode.
Yeah, another thing I love about this 160, Marty, it's got the massless grade control system. So, you know, when Caterpillar launched Cat Grade Control, it worked out really good as a total game changer for us, making our already productive machines even more valuable in the customer's hands. The motor grader, when it had first introduced the grade control products on it, it had mass on either side of the blade, which worked really, really well. There's a ton of machines out there still utilizing that. But it did inhibit a little bit of the operation of the moldboard itself. And so what we've done is we've removed that and given our customers back full range of motion. You can throw that machine in high bank and still use the Cat 3D system.
That's impressive, Chad. You know, we've seen a lot of machines working out here today. If myself or one of our customers wanted to get their hands on one of these, what type of options do we have?
Oh, we got options. We got tons of options, my friend. Go to one of your dealers. They work with Cat Finance. That gives you an opportunity for tons of flexible rates and flexible options. You can actually tie in your CVA or your customer value agreement. And that is a great situation. Literally, it's a one-stop shop. And you can get the new Cat card, for crying out loud. It works out great. But let's say you don't want to buy the machine just yet. Maybe you've got a job coming up and you need a 317, but you only need it for a week or so. That's fine. 1-800-RENT-CAT. We have the largest dealer network of any manufacturer in the world, and the same goes for our rental fleet. Go to your local dealer, hook up with the rental store, talk to those folks. They're experts in their field, and they can hook you up with a machine and get the job done, I guess is a great way to do it. But let's say, you know, you're wanting a new machine, new to you machine, but you're not wanting that big sticker price, but you still want a warranty and you want a reliable product that you know you can have faith in. We've got the Cat Certified Used opportunity. So basically what they do is they take machines out of the rental fleet, they're inspected, they're specifically selected, and then of course we add a little protection to them as well. It's a full service and maintained ease. You know the history of the machine, it works out absolutely great. You don't have that giant sticker price that you might get with a newer machine, but you can still get in a quality Caterpillar product, my friend.
Absolutely. You know, you talk about rental. I see Will out there on that 299. He's got some technology on there. I know we can rent that stuff from the rental store as well. Will, tell us a little bit more about the technology you're utilizing.
So on this, I got the GB124 blade, and this little tight area over here, the 160 can't get in. And nice thing about this, I got the full 3D package on it, so where he can't get, I can go in and do. Also, you can do UTS on it in different circumstances, but you know, with the hydraulic wings on this, it really is quite the machine.
Yeah, it sure is. I tell you what, the Caterpillar compact track loaders and skid loaders, so you got a 259 out there, you get a 299, they're all the D3 models. So when you got a D3 like that, you know it's got the ability to run a smart attachment. It's a really nice system. You hook up that smart attachment and the machine automatically recognizes exactly what tool is on there. So for example, we've got the grader blade out there, and Will's able to run that machine with the same 2 joysticks that he would run it if it was just had a bucket on it or something of that nature. So it's giving you complete integration in regards to the controllability of the machine, and it also enhances the capability of that machine. It works out real good. Our folks down in North Carolina that build those products for us, they've got it figured out, buddy.
They do have it figured out. Somebody else who has it figured out, I see Mr. Alex out here in front of us on that 317. Alex, what do you got going there, bud?
Well, I appreciate that, Marty. You know, Chad just talked a second ago about enhancing the capability of a machine, right? And tell you what, there really is no way better to do that on an excavator than to put this tilt rotator on there. So a lot of our customers out there are kind of getting into this market with the tilt rotators, and to be honest with you, there's really no better place to look than Caterpillar. So we have a complete system here. This is our TRS-14 built specifically for this size machine. And talking about technology, all of my features that Brian talked about on this next-gen excavator still work exactly the same, even though I have this tilt rotator on here. But this gives me all of the capability to do this tight work and to grade these situations where I really don't want to move the machine around, but I still have to get the job done, right? So if you're looking for a tilt rotator, definitely look no further than the Cat. The best thing about this tilt rotator is that it integrates right into this machine beautifully. There's no extra wiring in this machine. There's no extra display just to run the tilt rotator. There's no extra installation time. Basically, you can just pin this tilt rotator on or pin the coupler on. We can put some software on this machine and you're ready to go. So this is beautifully integrated into this next generation excavator, Marty, and I think our customers are really going to love this situation.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge point to point out, if you will. So that TRS, it works great with that machine, works seamlessly with all the Cat grade technology products. And the reason we can pull that off, Marty, is because we have a dedicated work tool group. And these folks, that's literally all they do. They live, eat, and breathe when it comes to buckets and grader blades and all kinds of TRS attachments, so on and so forth. This dedicated team, they build those tools to the same rigor that these machines are built to, and not every manufacturer can say that, Marty. It works out really nice. It's a nice system. Our machines recognize the tool, and it's ready to go to work. And again, like Alex mentioned, you're doing more with less.
That's fantastic, Chad. You know, we've just unpacked a whole lot of information for these folks out here, but I see Mr. Brian Kane out on that CS11 GC. He's packing that stuff in. Brian, tell us a little bit about that CS11, would you?
Yeah, Marty, compaction's no joke, that's for sure. It's something we need on every job site. So with this machine, a couple things I'll mention, with some technology, mainly CMV, well, that's another acronym Caterpillar likes to throw out, so Compaction Meter Value System. So what that does, it's like an accelerometer on this machine that gives me real live feedback into the cab. With a well-trained operator, we can actually see what's below the surface. Works with our smooth drum compactors here with the vibrator engaged. And then the other thing we'll mention, 3 things on this machine or a compactor in general, maybe a roller, is we don't always have the most senior person on the job on one of these, so sometimes it's the greenhorn that gets into this machine. And then mainly we need it easy to operate. So with just a little bit of training, we can get this thing going back and forth. We can see exactly where our compaction is. The other thing's reliability. So having this machine always be ready for the job, you know, that's what our customers always want. and then be able to do what it needs to do. So it's a roller, it compacts the material, so it needs to get whatever tolerance is that the job site needs, Marty.
You know, speaking of training, it looks like, Brian, you might need a little help there. You didn't pinch in that seam, my friend. Hate to point that out in front of everybody, but it's kind of embarrassing, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I tell you what, Chad, I've been trying to meet the expectation of, you know, perfect is good enough, but I'm really trying my best out here, partner.
Perfect is close enough. You're exactly right. Speaking of perfect, so Caterpillar's Paving Products Group out there in Paving Alley, I encourage you to go talk to those folks. They do it all, man. They do a great job. Full product line of paving equipment. They've got mills and pavers and rollers, and best of all, they have experts in the field. When it comes to paving products, no one knows more about that business than our folks in Minneapolis. They've also got a new three-dimensional screed plate out there. It's a true market innovation that delivers higher densities and smoother roads. And I don't know anybody that doesn't like a smoother road, Marty.
Smooth roads are really good. Love having those. I'll tell you what, this is all super cool, but Chad, how do we pull all of this technology and information together?
That's a good question. So our customers, they're trying to do more with less. They're trying to outbid their competition, if you will, and we help them do that by providing them all the data that we talked about earlier. We've got payload, we've got fuel burn, we've got all these smart technologies on these machines, and with the VisionLink productivity, we are able to provide that data to the customer in a very short amount of time. And allowing them, with that data, they can make informed decisions on their job site. Maybe they need to bring another piece of equipment. You know, maybe the job site, the material was different than they anticipated on the job site, so they're moving less than they thought. And they can find out that type of data in a very quick fashion and make those informed decisions to ensure that they're profitable.
Speaking about informed decisions, you talked about VisionLink, productivity, how that ties, how that ties everything together. But our dealer network around the world also ties everything together too. Let's give a shout out to those folks, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, like you, Marty, I have traveled the globe for Caterpillar, and I have seen some of the most amazing dealers I've ever been around. Great people, incredibly intelligent, and they understand that they have to make their customers successful in order for them to be successful. We've got the largest dealer network of any manufacturer out there with 156 dealers and over 2,200 brick and mortar locations for our customers to go get all the products and services that they need.
Well, Chad, thanks a lot. That's fantastic. Love shouting out to the dealer out there. You know, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. It's incredible how our teams have been pulling this all together. What else have we got going?
Well, I tell you what, I think we're about ready to stick a fork in this one, my friend. The guys have really done a great job for us out there, as always. Moved a lot of material in a short amount of time. They used the three-dimensional design that we talked about earlier. Maybe we could take a gander at that real quick, just to remind us what we started with. So this is how we started. And within about 35 minutes, these folks with Caterpillar Technology Products, they turned it in to this design right here. A really interesting design, a lot of elevation changes, and the guys did a bang-up job on it. And the reason they can do that is, one, obviously the Cat Technology Products, but the other thing is they're very gifted at what they do. You know, we've talked about operators and being skilled and so on and so forth. We literally have combed the globe for some of the best operators we can find, and we've done a great job. These guys here, we won't even look at their resume unless they have 10 years of experience in the field. And not only do they have 10 years of experience, they're really dang good people too. I'm so happy to be a part of this team. That they do amazing, amazing work. And I'm not kidding you, folks. Literally, they were standing here just like the rest of you. If this is something you're interested in, go over here to the northeast corner, talk to our friend Jeff Henderson over there. He'd be happy to chit-chat with you, talk about equipment training solutions, or talk about maybe a Caterpillar demonstrator instructor.
Absolutely, Chad. Nice work, gentlemen. Folks, let's give these guys a round of applause, huh? Did a nice job today. Well, folks, you've just seen our technology demo. Don't forget, go over here to our technology hub, check out the information in there, go see that CAT command system, talk to the folks in there, operate equipment over in North Carolina at Clayton facility, down in Tucson, Arizona at Tanaha Hills. Talk to the folks over there about the CAT grade, CAT payload, things of that nature. Go visit our services hub over here. Look at all the information about parts.cat.com. To hear a little bit more about VisionLink productivity. Visit our sustainability hub. Look at all the information inside there. Talk to those product experts. Ask them the questions you might have. Go over here to our retail services hub, or our retail services store just down here on the main floor. Up on the second floor is our CAT Finance folks, experts in all of the CAT Finance options that you could honestly think about. Walk around, talk to all the product experts around Operator Stadium next to the different products that they may have going. And as Chad said, go visit our friends over here at the Equipment Training Solutions area. They'll talk to you about operator training, customizable operator training, and if you're interested in becoming one of these cool product operators here, we also have some information about that. Don't forget about the big ticket giveaway, folks. We have 9 different check-in stations around here, 8 at Operator Stadium, 1 over in South Hall. If you check into 5 of those locations, you get a CAT hat. You also get registered for a drawing for a D11 Lego set. Those are pretty cool. Build and put them on your shelf in your office. And then the big ticket is the 301.8 CAT Mini Excavator with the Customer Value Agreement, or CVA. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stick around, come back at 11:30. We're going to have some CAT Trivia Showdown, and then at 12 o'clock, another Spotlight demo. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, folks.